I will conclude, if you are watching this, that you are interested in miracles and something world-shattering, something that makes sense of the supernatural and reminds you that the ordinary is born from the extraordinary. If you are a spirit of light, chained to the prison of a mortal body in a human world, and you desire to have understanding, this is it. Your time to know all truth is right now. Let's begin simply by identifying the lies. I refer to the Christians as Twistians, simply due to the fact they earn this name by twisting all the truth. Simply put, is it not psychotic to suggest that the being today referred to as Jesus sacrificed himself, and that also God sent him to be killed as a love token for humanity? To start, in Judaism, Jesus and Jehovah are both one, according to the faith. Secondly, how do you get away with suggesting that public torture and murder of the man is really a beautiful sacrifice unless you exist in a world of deceit? How do you get away with suggesting that a God gave up his son to be killed by humans to show love? Where do love and murder coexist? How do these people not recognize that by suggesting God sent his son to be killed by humans, they are confirming their evil nature as demons in a state of hell by this propaganda? Furthermore, is it nor contradictive to suggest that Jesus made a sacrifice while in the same breath suggest God sent him to be killed? Is this not hypocritical? Is this not the thumbprint of arrogance and ignorance? And lastly, they promote Jesus as a man of love and of peace, speaking of verses written by Paul and other writers, while they forget the very words spoken by the man they themselves called Jesus. According to the very words of the man they today call Jesus, which is printed in billions of copies and circulated throughout virtually the whole of this world, you get a different story. You get a rebel who fought against the eternal spirits of darkness in this world. You get a rebel who fought to release the spirits of light and condemn the spirits of darkness, the children of the devil, which is synonymous with hell, and is this world. Let's take a look at some verses the churches never ever talk about. These verses are not for the purposes of a sermon, but are to entertain you and offered as evidence that humanity is being lied to, for a very real reason. It is important for you to know right now, I am not interested in teaching anyone the Bible, but I need you to see with your own eyes exactly what they are lying about. I need you to understand right now, you will know more truth than ever imagined, but you need to see this as a form of entertainment and not a sermon. The story about the devil wanting your soul was never a fairy tale. Without the spirit, a body cannot exist and become a slave and servant of an entity who remains hidden. Now we will see the visible verses that remain invisible inside the churches. And be prepared for the ultimate shock you never ever imagined. Matthew 10:34-35. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Does this sound like the man today incorrectly called Jesus came to offer peace and love, or does it sound like division? Luke 12:51-52. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. Ever heard about the division of the wheat and the weeds? Matthew 12:34. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. This comment alone he is calling the officials and authorities a generation of vipers being evil. Matthew 23:33. Serpents, generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? You will notice he again refers to the officials and authorities as a generation of serpents, and he refers to hell as a place of the present, not as a place they will be going to. John 8:44, speaking to the law enforcers of Jerusalem, ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. The man today referred to as Jesus is quoted as calling the officials and authorities the children of the devil. Luke 14:26, if any man come to me, and hate not his father, and mother, and wife, and children, and brethren, and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. This very comment confirms that the man referred to as Jesus seen a problem with human design, knowing the design was formed by the elements of darkness. John 12:25, he that loves his life shall lose it, and he that hates his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. Again, he states to hate the human design and hate this world, so are there any verses that he came from another world in the light? John 12:46, I am come a light into the world, that whosoever believeth on me should not abide in darkness. This comment tells you he came into the world from another of light. John 8:12, then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world, he that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Once again, The point is being made that humanity is existing in darkness, and to leave the world one will enter the light of life. John 3:19-21, Light has come into the world, but men love darkness instead of the light because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil hates the light, and will not come into the light for fear that his deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly that what he has done through God. Not much more needs to be said. John 8:23, And he said unto them, You are from beneath, I am from above, you are of this world, I am not of this world. John 18:36, Jesus answered, My kingdom is not of this world. Not much more needs to be said, he is not from this world of darkness. John 16:28, I came forth from the Father, and am come into the world. Again, I leave the world, and go to the Father. He states he is leaving this world as though it is a separate entity from the world he has come from. Pretty straightforward. The parables spoken in the day were specific to agriculture and farming, to be understood by the listeners at that time. A lot of the parables about the heaven beyond this world were comparative to seeds for the purpose. Today, technology is the age, so expect to hear parables revealed in similar fashion to a computer. The parables about finding the lost sheep, the lost coin and the lost son, are all parables with regards to the lost angels of light from his kingdom, who have become lost inside this world of darkness. The parables about the tares, the wedding and the 10 virgins, are meant for understanding division, and dressing the spirit appropriately for the day of division. The tares are about dividing the wheat from the weeds, the star seeds from the serpent seeds, and returning the lost sheep to their world of light, while leaving the weeds here in the appropriate environment. Simply put, the weeds and the wheat can be visualized with an aquarium of dirt. The weeds are humans planted from the root of the base, while the wheat are humans planted at the top of the soil. One is rooted to the base and cannot escape the soil, while the other is lightly rooted and easily removed from the soil. The spirits of darkness enjoy all the treasures created from the soil, while the spirits of light enjoy limited amounts of treasures produced from the soils into the physical plane. The wedding and the 10 virgins is about an event where those who were ready were received, while those who took no interest were left behind. These were the spirits who recognized the divine plan of what the human race refers to as God. The spirit of all, the universal spirit of existence, is not human, nor emotional, and fulfills the continued expansion of creation within the world of light, while refreshing physical worlds that have deteriorated. The concept of reward and punishment is a human ritual belief, and only applies in a human world where human concepts of laws, money, politics and religions exist under the construction of human beings. The division is based on what belongs where, as lions are appropriately placed in jungles, as whales are appropriately placed in seas, and birds are appropriately placed in the air, so are the spirits of light and the spirits of darkness divided to their appropriate environments. If you have 10 children, and 5 are violent while 5 are peaceful, you will divide them into 2 rooms, but you will not kill the other 5 because they are violent. Again, the design of the room in darkness quarantines the violent from entering the room of the peaceful, but unfortunately does not stop the peaceful from entering the room of darkness. This of course is figurative, and not literal, but helps one to understand the concept of division that is coming immediately. The spirit of all is not emotional, and will not attack the spirits of darkness or harm the environment of this world. This is a human desire, but not a true reality of how it works overall. When the environment of this world is reformatted, after the seeds of destruction planted by humans, that were unknowingly planted against themselves are fulfilled, the surface will not be inhabitable until the environment is ready again. Speaking figuratively, during this time, the dark spirits that remain are downloaded to an external memory system, waiting to be re-uploaded to repopulate the operating system of the new computer. The time out for the dark spirits here seems like an eternity in outer darkness, where they can perceive nothing but their own thoughts. This time is more painful than the perception of physical death. So in essence, as spirits of light were punished here, through automation do the dark spirits receive their condolences as well. Everything that exists must be first thought into existence, and whatever is thought inevitably forms. You still do not realize the magic that is created within the dark soils of this world. Is it a coincidence that computers and televisions can exist today, and distribute information instantly through the air? Is it a coincidence that you can magically become a human being from a mere speck of air? Is it a coincidence the soils of the physical plane produce elements that allow humans to create what they desire? Do you realize the magic that exists in you or all around you begins as a mere speck of air? Do you realize the collective desires of this world will create the collective reaction to fulfill whatever is desired? Humans have been desiring a miraculous event of epic proportions. Get ready, you are finally about to get what you asked for, immediately.